How's it going, people? Welcome back to another live stream. Now, in today's show, guys, is a brand new show we're bringing to the channel. If any of you regulars remember, Sarah was actually one of my first guests we ever had on the channel. So I thought, you know what? We might as well bring a show. You know, you guys love him when it comes to the podcast anyway. We might as well bring a show, one-on-one show. It's called the Gooners, guys. And we're going to talk everything Arsenal, of course, with my guy, Seb. Seb, thanks for obviously joining today, my friend. And how you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, very happy with the result last night, and also happy that Liverpool dropped points. And now what we've got to do, we've got to keep going, keep this form going.
Yeah, real talk, man, 100%. You know, absolutely buzzing with the Arsenal recently. And, you know, we're going to start right there about yesterday's game, 2-0 against Man United. It's always good to beat them. You know, still that record continues, man, in terms of the Emirates Stadium. The last time they beat us, 2017, when they beat us 3-1. We still keep the record going. Yesterday winning the game 2-0. You know, quick thoughts on the game for me. Obviously, that first half, I thought I think it's very frustrating in that first half. You know, I think they coming into it, they had the most possession at half time, and I was sitting there thinking, yeah, this is very frustrating. Something needs to change up. And then second half, you kind of like, you know, we was on it a bit more. And then, you know, we got our 2 goals from the corners, you know. Nicholas Jova, masterclass yet again. I know what people are saying about set pieces, and, you know, they're all criticising Arsenal for the set piece. I'm sure I'm going to get your thoughts on that in a minute. But listen, 2-0 win against Man United. What the hell happened there? My intro started playing. Wait, Seb,
I don't know.
You hear me all good now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry about that, guys. Rookie error already. But Seb, give us your thoughts. Obviously, a 2-0 win against Man United. Give us your thoughts on the overall performance and that result, man, yesterday.
I didn't think it was the best performances, especially in the first half. I thought it was very flat in the first half, and the team was struggling to get going. But the second half was a lot better. And those set pieces, wow, they were incredible. I don't think United really had any intention of winning the game. They just really wanted to stifle us and really just to stop us. I literally think they came for the point. And of course, when we got the goal, when they started coming out and they started bringing all the attackers on, but they were never going to really threaten us. I never really felt threatened that they were going to get back in the game. That club's got a lot of work to do. But Arsenal did what they had to do, especially when I was looking over at the Liverpool game. I saw they were 2-1 down. I thought, right, take advantage. And then when it got to 3-2, I was like, oh no, here we go again. But when it got to 3-3, I thought, right, Arsenal, we must do this, especially when Chelsea were winning 5-1 and they have actually leapfrogged us in the table, which is cool. But Arsenal did what they had to do, and to be fair, it was quite a comfortable victory in the end, even though it wasn't the best of performances. But I take that any day against United. I can't stand Man United. It's always great to beat them. But yeah, we did what we have to do, so we got to take the point and we move on to the next. I thought standout players. I thought Timber excellent. What a gem we've got there. And I know we had Gabriel and Calafiori missing, but to be fair to Zinchenko and Kivior, I actually thought they did very well, especially Zinchenko. Thought he was excellent. And this might sound controversial, but I actually prefer him at at left back than Calafiori at this moment in time.
Well, what is Zinchenko?
Yeah, I'm not really been too impressed with Calafiori lately, but maybe he's trying to get used to the system. But I see him more of a centre back because
I agree.
But maybe he's just trying to get used to the system. Maybe it's too early to say. But man of the match, I agree with Declan Rice. I thought he was superb. That was him really at his very best. Kai Havertz wasn't great. I thought it was a terrible game. And this does concern me that we probably still do need this attacker to get back in, to get over the line. And we do need to do some work in January. We are still in this race, but we've just got to make the most of it while we can. And this is why I get very critical about the club, because we're very good now and we're so close to getting over the line. But if we don't do it now, I don't really see it lasting. This is the thing, is how long is this all going to last? This is why I keep saying I need it now. But yeah, we're doing what we have to do. We've responded very well from the international break when we were just hanging on by a thread. But we've won 4 in a row. I couldn't ask for much more than that, and just hope it continues on in these next upcoming games.
Yeah, no, very well said. Indeed, Seb. I agree with the majority of things you said there. I mean, I just wanted to pick a couple of things out of the game. Obviously, you mentioned some standout performances there. You mentioned Zinchenko, Kivior. I think big credit to them, because when we saw the lineup, I'm sure I wasn't the only one. That's a big talking point for me.
Was a bit concerned.
How's he going to do it centre back? How's Zinchenko going to do it left back? When we've got no Calafiori or Gabriel, and I think both of them really stood up, and I think both of them played very, really well. They did, but they didn't really put. I mean, when Zinchenko had that yellow card against Diallo, that's the only really time I'd say he got a bit caught out. But then Arteta did the right thing, I think, and subbed him off.
Yeah,
it was always going to be a worry there. He's on a yellow card against Diallo. That's how he got in the first place, because Diallo got the better of him. So Arteta did the right thing to obviously sub him off. On this Calafiori thing as well, I do agree with you. Like, I watched him a lot for Italy. I watched him last season for Bologna. I do believe he's a centre back, Seb. I do believe that.
He is. Yeah. I just didn't really think it was a position we needed to strengthen. If it was a proper left back, then I would have been for it. But I just didn't really feel.
Grimaldo.
Yeah, that's the guy I really wanted. That guy I really wanted. But listen, it's happened now. We move on.
From now on, so even if Calafiori is back, you'd want to see Zinchenko play from now on.
Yeah, I think give him a few run of games. I still think he's an important player. I know he gets a lot of grief because his defensive work isn't quite there, but I can see what he actually offers. He makes the team tick. He can unlock a bit of great creativity, and I just think maybe it depends who you're up against. If you're up against some proper pacey wingers, if it's like a Salah, then I would say no. But if it's against most others, I would actually say play him. But maybe not Salah, because he is just a freak. But yeah, I still think he's got an important role to play in this side. And yes, if the money comes in, if good money comes in, cash in by all means. But we've got to use our squad as much as we can, because if we're going to win this title, we need to rely. Our whole squad is going to have to take part. can't just be the first 11. Everyone else has got to chip in. And again, this is why I get critical, saying that you need to have great options on your bench as well, like players that can also come into the first team and change the game and all that. And we haven't really had that. But yeah,
I wanted to obviously talk about individuals. Obviously, some positives with Kiwior, Zinchenko. I think they did really well, as you mentioned. But I look at a few negatives in that. You know, you know what we're like, Seb. Yeah, we're real, man. You know, we won the game 2-0, fantastic, great result. But at the same time, we need to look at the bigger picture here, because there's still players there who didn't turn up. And you mentioned Kai Havertz in there.
He was awful. Yeah.
It proves once again why that area needs addressing, doesn't?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also, sorry.
No, go on.
And also Martinelli.
Yeah,
this is sad what's happened to him. I still got faith in him that he will come through, because he is a great player. But we need to start seeing it sooner rather than later, because this is going to be a problem if he doesn't up it. And another area where we needed to strengthen was on the wings, because I'm not having Sterling. I'm sorry, I'm not having it, because you don't rely on him, especially if he's barely getting any minutes, and we've been told that Arteta doesn't really trust him or something. He's not really doing hard in training. I'm just like, come on there. I'm just like, there's a winger at Chelsea which they bought in the summer, which I so wanted. I'm like, don't tell me he couldn't come in and done a great job on either wings, especially Arteta likes these versatile players. He got one, he can play both wings, and he can also play as a number 10, and he's ripping it up there. He's doing very well there. I'm just like, because these are the things that are the difference between getting over the line and not. Because this season, I feel we have to get over this line, especially when Man City are on a dip, and it's Liverpool out of all teams taking advantage. And fair play to them, they've been excellent. But it's going to feel like a missed opportunity if we do not go on and win this league, especially if Liverpool win it. Then there's really, really, really no excuses. At least City, you can always have an excuse saying all these charges and that they've been bought by a country and all that, and the squad depth they've got and all that. Then that you can always have an excuse. But if Liverpool or anyone else does it, there is no excuses. And this was supposed to be our year, and it still can be. You've still got I think it's 24 games left to rectify this. But the thing is that we have left ourselves a lot of work to do, and we literally cannot drop points, because if we drop points and Liverpool win again, then the gap will be at 10, 9 or 10. And then when it gets to double figures behind them, then you have to start looking at saying, forget about them. Focus on getting second, because Chelsea are right on our neck, and so are Man City. And the thing is, we need success now. We really need it now. We can't keep waiting or saying, well, there's signs of improvement. Okay, the next phase has to be trophies. All right, it's next season. No, because first of all, this doesn't go on forever. It won't last forever. It will not, especially the longer you go on without winning. And then I look at players like Saliba and Saka. They're going to be down to 2 years left in their contracts come the summer. And Real Madrid, if you've actually watched them lately, their defence is an absolute mess. And one of their defenders is out for pretty much the whole season. So they're going to be sniffing right there with Saliba. They really are. And we want this guy to stay. We want Saka to commit. We want Odegaard to stay. We want all these players to stay and win titles. And as good as Arteta has done to getting us back up to competing again, we need this to count for something. We can't waste these incredible set of players that we got. But all we really needed was a little bit of sprinkle. And I just don't think Arsenal really did that in the summer, because we got players we didn't really need or who weren't good enough. And that is not the way how you win titles. You go and get everything that you need. Make sure it's you that gets this, because also we know City's having a bad season, but if we do not win it this year, Pep's now staying. You can just
For sure.
guarantee he's going to rebuild that squad, and he'll make sure he gets that title back next season. And if there's any person that can do it, it's him. And they're capable of making a big signing in January. They will do all this. They know what they need. So this is why Arsenal have to take advantage, and we still can. But will we? Remains to be seen. And we can't have Liverpool taking this title, and we don't, because it's not a good look. And then, yes, you really have to have uncomfortable conversations about the manager and the hierarchy if this happens. This happens. Because remember, we moved to the Emirates to get back to the best. From both the Prem
to compete with the European elite as well.
Exactly. And also, when we were doing this sort of thing all those years back, a lot of fans were protesting to get Arsene Wenger out. So we got him out. We did not get him out to go back to doing what we were doing with him. Because otherwise, what was the point in doing that? We need to push on, get to that next level, win titles, win trophies, get back to the force of being there. We are so close, but we've got to finally get over that line.
Nah, bro, absolutely spot on as always. Just quickly, before we move on from the Man United game, right? Obviously, I'm sure you've seen the criticism. I want to get your thoughts on, these fans saying, "Oh, you're set piece FC. Oh, you're the Stoke City and all this." Like, at the end of the day, right, mate, I couldn't care less. I honestly couldn't care less, people. Everyone criticising Arsenal because we're scoring because we're good at set pieces. Does anyone actually care? We won the game yesterday. And what did Man United actually do to offer anything?
Not much. They had a couple chances, but not much. And
what do you make of all of that criticism, sir?
But what do you expect from the media? What do you really expect from the media and rival fans? They will never give us any credit. The thing is, we're not set piece FC. We're just good at it. And the fact is, then why don't I see you or most other teams in the Prem do well for set pieces as well as that? Why? We're just good at it. People are just jealous and they don't like it. And all these dark arts and that. It's a load of nonsense. Look, 1 minute we get accused of being the media of being too soft, being too nice. We've had this for years and years and years where they rip into us. And now that we're actually doing all these nasty work and being this nasty team and doing well from these set pieces, before we used to get accused of saying, "Oh, Arsenal needs things like this." And now that we're doing it, look, you can't win. Look, I try my best to ignore it now because it's just nonsense. But if anyone else does it, they will not get half as much grief. And this is why people use agendas. I think with the media, there always has been, and rival fans. They either hate seeing us do well, or they love seeing us do bad. It's one of those two things. They will always find a way to get on us. So yeah, I would just ignore it. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. And if you want to be success, you have to do well at these set pieces. You've got to be taken advantage. You've got to be taken advantage of all these, and that's what we're doing because that's part of the game. And why can't your team or anyone else do that regularly? It just makes no sense. But it's the media. They hate us. What do you expect? And it really does do my head in, all these dark arts or set piece FC. Oh, because you'll just shut up. And you United fans as well. You're a long way. You're a long way from us. And are you convinced with what you're seeing that you're going to get back up there anytime soon? You're nowhere near us. You've lost 4 in a row against us. You're in the mud, and I love to see it. I hate you guys, and I love to see it.
Yes, 100%, man. Listen, just quickly I wanted to quickly talk about Saliba. Him scoring again, but I think overall performance yet again from him was absolutely superb. For me, I put in the title. For me, he's world class.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt. Yes. I think he's world class, and I think Saka's world class.
And you saw the way how he celebrated that goal, man. Look how much. Look at the celebration, man. He ran to the fans in the crowd. The passion this guy. I see it over and over again with Saliba, man. The passion this guy has for Arsenal. He clearly loves his football club. And Seb, it's so important that we're successful this season.
Absolutely, because
He'll be going
his
away.
head, we don't want him to go, because if he goes, the whole defence will literally will literally become a bit unstuck. It will, because we've got to
100%.
be keeping these players. We really do.
We do, because they're certainly. I mean, we've seen for a good couple of months now the Real Madrid rumours, and
Oh
the
yeah,
Real.
and don't be
I'm
surprised
sorry.
if we come in for him this summer. Don't be.
Yeah, because it's Real Madrid. They barely get. Majority of the time they get what they want. Set.
Exactly.
They
This is what I
eventually
keep.
got Mbappe over many years. They eventually got him now. And they wanted him for years,
Mm,
and they got him. So they always get what they want because it is Real Madrid.
yeah,
They're one of the biggest clubs. It's not the biggest club in the world. If we're
they
being
are. Probably
they
the
are.
biggest club. Yeah, yeah, probably.
So Saliba will be very, as much as he loves his football club, you can clearly see it's going to be very hard to, if we're not successful, because how many players have we seen do this at Arsenal over the years, man?
Yeah, exactly. But you can run a list. Some of the names I don't even want to mention because they make me feel sick.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're not successful, this is what happens. If you've got a player of that quality, and with a team like Real Madrid come in for him, his head's going to be turned. They will. And I'm speaking from experience here when I say this. And this is why it is so important we win. Because then they will not hang around forever as much as we want them to and as much as we love them to. Because let's be honest, who would you rather play for, Real Madrid or Arsenal? Yes, of course, we would have to say Arsenal, but what are they thinking in their heads?
Of course. It's Real Madrid. You've got
100%. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, and that opportunity only comes round once. It only comes round once.
These players only have one careers.
Exactly. Careers are short.
Yeah. So
it is so important we deliver. Otherwise, things like this will start coming back again.
Yeah, and we've seen it so many times over the past with Arsenal players, guys.
100%.
Let's make sure we do be successful this season. I think that's what Saliba says. If Arsenal are successful, I really do, because Real Madrid will come in and it could be that for him. Another player that we're going to lose. Yeah. One of our key players, as I said, a world-class player for me in Saliba. I mean, him and Van Dijk probably are the two best centre backs. I rate him higher than Diaz and Man City.
Yes.
I do rate him higher than Diaz.
I think those two are comfortably the best two centre backs in the league. Yes, he's better than Diaz. Diaz is good, but yes.
Saliba, I'm taking over Diaz, and other than Van Dijk, you said it's those two. But yeah, big up Saliba, man. Once again, we know Rolls-Royce settings. Got us that second goal yesterday as well. Bit of a fluke goal, but a goal's a goal, people, innit? Let's move to our next game, Seb. Just quickly, obviously on Sunday, the BTEC Arsenal. Obviously, the likes of your goalkeeper Leno in goal returns. Iwobi, Smith Rowe. That's going to be the big talking point. I think is running to play against Arsenal. Now Nelson can't play, can he? Because he's on loan.
He's on loan now.
Okay, so Nelson will not be playing, guys. He's on loan with Arsenal. You're obviously not allowed that. But Fulham away, Craven Cottage last season. Look what happened. Look what happened both times. Emirates we 2-2, and Craven Cottage was an awful performance. Absolutely,
it was the worst performance of the whole of last season. That was
it had to be pathetic. So we know, Fulham are a decent side as well. Got a rated manager, Marco Silva. It's going to be very, very tough on Sunday. But what are you expecting, and how are you feeling going into this game on Sunday, Seb, against Fulham?
Listen, we should be going there and winning. But if we turn up, then we should be fine. But yeah, this fixture haunted us big time last season, and those other games I particularly look back on why we lost the league. Both those Fulham games in particular, because when we went to them, as I said, we were absolutely awful. We did absolutely nothing, especially after we scored our goal. We did nothing. So, and this could potentially be a harder game than United was, because the way Fulham come at you, they stick it on you and they'll give it a real good go. They're a physical side, and now they've got some creativity in Smith Rowe, so they're getting some goals, and he'll be eager. He'll be pumped up for this. showing us you were wrong, that we were wrong to get rid of him, which in my opinion, we were wrong to get rid of him because we didn't replace him. That was a big mistake. But probably for his development, he probably didn't need to go. But if you're going to get rid of him, replace him. But that's for another matter. And yeah, like you said, you've got the likes of Alex Iwobi going to come back. Leno, of course, my keeper. Oh, that still annoys me to this day, but that's we'll well be here all day on that. But yeah, we've got to go again. We've got to go again. If we start quickly as well, I think if we start quickly, we should be fine. But the team have really got to turn up, and these players, Martinelli and Havertz, they've got to kick on as well. And hopefully we might have Gabriel back. Otherwise you'll probably see a similar back line. But yes, there is also that factor that Fulham they're playing Brighton tonight, so they've played a day later. Well, we've had one day rest. But so there is also that to think of. There's no excuses really. There is no more excuses. We can't be using the excuse saying, "Oh, but we've played too many games. Oh, it was eventually going to catch up with us." Fulham have got a midweek game as well. Yeah, this is why you have a squad. This is why. So you can cope with games like this, because we knew it was all going to come into this, especially with the extra Champions League games, especially with the fact that we are and should be going for all 4 competitions. So we can't be using too many games as an excuse. I'm not using that as any excuse. We just got to go out there and get the points.
Yeah, very well said, man. It's got to be done at the end of the day. Listen, as you said earlier, Liverpool, fantastic for us. Last night, them dropping points. Now it's 7 behind.
They could drop points again this weekend.
They probably will. They probably will, man.
Yeah, because I know Everton are not that good, but it's a Merseyside derby and it's the last ever at Goodison, and they did it last year when no one expected them to. So you never know. We do our job. You never know what could happen there. But it is very important we do our job first. We get on with it, and especially now also the way Chelsea are going and City got a good resounding win, so they could be back. So we don't want to be ending this weekend in 4th place. We want to be ending it closer to the top as possible, because we're still in this race, just about.
Just before we go, like if Arsenal were to drop more points in the Fulham game, do you think that would be that?
If Liverpool win, yes.
Yeah.
I think I've always said if that gap between us and Liverpool at this stage gets to 10, 11 or 12 points, forget it. I think even 9 points I think is even too much, but 10 will just be no chance. But the last thing I also don't want to happen is us drop points and Liverpool drop points as well. Then because then that will be like, well, you're not serious, because whenever these teams give you opportunities, you have to take them. But like I've just said, Arsenal just need to do their job. Don't worry too much about what goes on around the place. Just get your job done. Go out there, play your football. If we play like how we played against Forest and who else did we play? Sporting Lisbon and West Ham, we should be all right. But I reckon if we play a little bit like last night, we could actually come a little bit unstuck. Because they could possibly take points off us, like we saw last season what they did to us. So we've got to have that in mind. We're in for a tough game, and it's a London derby, of course. But Arsenal just need to go out there and do their job done. Every game is big now, and every game is a pressure game. Whether they like it or not, this is what you're up against. And we've put ourselves in this position, so it's up to us to put us out of it.
Yeah, let's quickly get a score prediction for Sunday for you, sir.
I'll go 2-1. 2-1 to us. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. I expect them to stick it on us. I can see it's another game where we dig deep and we have to ground it out. I just see that type of game. And yes, Fulham are a little bit more open without João Paulinho, because he was a really one.
Yeah, big miss.
He was a real one, holding it all together those last few seasons, especially against us in both those fixtures. He bossed the show. But So it should give us a little bit more space. But the way Fulham have adapted to their tactics, they are more of a team. And Marco Silva's got still kept them being that physical side that they are. So we've got to be right on it. So I still see it's a game where we have to dig it out, but I'll be behind the boys and go for a 2-1 win.
Yeah, I agree. I would have gone probably. I'm going to go really tight game. I'm feeling like a 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But as long as we get the points, then you
That's what matters.
get those points and then you get out of there. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Palinho, I would have taken all day long, mate.
Yes, yeah, I would have as well. Yeah,
I
definitely.
think-
Yeah, definitely. We could do with someone in that position because we're not sure what's going to happen to Thomas Partey and Jorginho and also Jorginho as well. So we kind of do need someone in that position.
But Seb, I know you got to get going, my friend. So listen, thanks so much for coming on. Listen, we're trying to do this as a weekly show if you want. Of course, it's on terms of like availability.
Yeah, this time would usually suit me. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll sort out the day next week, guys. So this is going to be like a new weekly show. We're going to be brilliant as well. Of course, the podcast will be every Monday still, but this hopefully, midweek we'll be doing a show one-on-one. And really enjoyed it today, Seb. If you want to shout out, if you've got any articles coming up yourself this week, or
I did one yesterday where I just spoke about the improved situation and what Arsenal need to just keep doing throughout December. But I'll probably have one out next week. I'm not sure what it's going to be on just yet, but something will come to mind. But yeah, I'll still keep those going. And also Instagram, Talk Arsenal FC. You can follow me on there and posting things Arsenal daily there. So yeah.
Yeah, big up the chat as well as always. Leaving your comments down below, guys. Really appreciate everyone tuned in today.
And also, Josh, many congratulations for getting your bronze at the awards. You deserve them. You've done an excellent job on here. It's just grown. So yeah, really well done. That's excellent news. I was so shocked when you got that one.
Thank you so much, Seb, man. Yeah, that really does mean a lot. And thanks for voting. Because we literally have to, because Seb's literally got to go. So, I mean, we would maybe next week when we got a bit more time, we'll go through all you guys' comments. But because Seb's got to go right now, we can't stay for any longer, man. But look, I hear what you're saying. But listen, if the guy, we don't know what Saliba's thinking. The guy, he's going to want to win trophies, and if we're not doing that,
100%. Oh, definitely.
So big up Moss. I don't know why it's not sending out notifications, guys. YouTube are a mad one at times, man. It's crazy. But yeah, big up Drew as well, guys. We're getting out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, people. What we get up to. I should be back later today as well with my guy Liam from the Bayern View. I don't know. He's not got back to me yet, but there could be a show today, guys. If not, then we'll be back obviously tomorrow. We've got a bunch of previews, press conference reaction for the Fulham game. We'll see you there, people. Take care.